Gronk is one of the like whatever you think he is, he will exceed that in a shocking way. Like, this is my first interaction with Gronk. You ready?
Yeah.
He's standing by a bathroom.
Yeah.
I walk up. It's Gronk, Bert, Tom. Okay? I walk up, we're talking, and I go, I don't even know why Tom Brady is doing this. Tom Segura.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know why Tom Brady is doing this. And Gronk goes, oh man, sometimes you just get bored, Like sometimes you just, you're sitting in your apartment for 8 days, you're not doing anything. You just want to fucking kill yourself. This is before the roast has even started. We're in the hallway. I just put my hand on his shoulder. I go, I can't do this right now. I'm not walking you off this fucking bridge. We're going to lock it and be funny. I got to call you a retard in 30 minutes or 3 hours and 30 minutes. So I can't fucking do this right now.
He probably loved the roast being called a retard because he felt something.
Dude, he felt seen. Dude,
that shit was getting to him, bro.
Son, did you think?
Yes. He was like, in the beginning, he was like, okay, first couple people shot at me. And then eventually he's like, why do they keep making the same joke about me? Like, I don't think
so there are so many things like behind the scenes that I want to like tell you guys about. Like first of all, when Gronk spiked the shot glass?
Yeah.
Yes. That had to hit somebody.
Real shot glass.
Yeah. He was not supposed to do this.
This is right before I go up.
Yeah.
He spiked it. But he's one of those where like the closest thing I can say is there is a video of a kid with Down syndrome that is dressed up as Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he walks up to his pool and he takes the Bud Lights, he smashes them together, and he starts to drink at them as the Bud Lights have already been leaked because the glass is broke, right? That was Gronk. He took the shot. He wasn't even included in it. The shot was about Tom Brady, Belichick, and Bob Kraft. And he's just there. He takes it, and he has so much energy, he doesn't know what to do. He slams it. All of us are like, what the fuck just happened? A girl in the front row has like a piece of shot glass like hanging out of her cheek. Like, and I'm not talking about a little thing flicker.
Oh my God.
Her whole cheek is red.
Oh, fuck.
She looks like a mime. I have to go up afterwards. So I'm just like, all right, what's the witty joke? I'm like, how am I going to, it's not the first time Gronk spiked a drink. I'm like thinking like, what can I acknowledge the moment? And shout out to Kevin Hart, bro.
Yeah.
This guy is like,
good.
Son,
Told you.
First of all, he's amazing, but like what he did.
Yeah.
Like hosts will do this in a comedy show. Like if something crazy happens, they'll reset the room.
Yeah.
Bring the energy back down, then bring it back up.
Yeah.
He took time.
Yeah.
He calmed the room back down. Didn't even joke around about it. Just kind of like, what is going on here? These guys are kind of crazy. Reset the whole room. And even acknowledge it, so I didn't even have to. And I walked up to him after. I was like, dude, you saved my ass, man. Thank you so much for that. Did you even know what you were doing? And he was like, yeah, of course, man. I don't want you to have to go up after that.
Awesome.
Like,
wow. Solid guy.
Far.
Did not have to do that. I'm the last comic on a fucking 3-hour show. I peed 3 times. He didn't get to pee once. Like, within 30 minutes of being up there, I was like, I ain't making it.
You had that Akash Singh.
Son, I was thinking about you the whole time. The second they brought that TV screen out for Bert and Tom, I saw a couple of the football players leave, and I was like, I'm out of this place. No disrespect, Bert and Tom, but I got to fucking pee.
Yeah.
Left. Apparently, there's a shot of me walking back.
Yeah. That's the best point. That's the point.
I pulled the Gronk. I was like, hey, can they see me?
Directly in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
But,
you did great.
oh, thank you, man.
You
Thank
did
you,
fucking
man.
great. The
Thank you.
jokes
It
were
was
fire.
unreal.
I love the moments where you stepped out of the joke, because I know probably the instinct, I assume, is just do the jokes, and you're so fucking nervous that's all you do. But when you were like, Jeff, there's no kids back there. That was great. And then the Cav shit, Cav with Puff, Cav, that's your boy. Fire.
That's fun. It's funny you say that, because that was the thing that I found most tricky about this, which is like, how do you it's not even stay in the moment, but like be in the moment from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, do I acknowledge, like, I want to just go, hey, we're in the moment here.
Yeah.
And then do the set instead of being like, here are the jokes. But at the same time, we're also like 3 hours into this fucking
to a
thing.
live telecast.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, what can I do? But yeah, those moments are good. Fucking shout out Nikki Glazer.
Yeah.
Absolutely demolished it.
Yeah,
She's
she
incredible.
ripped.
Like,
Unreal.
I was like blown away.
Yeah.
She was so fucking good. If you haven't seen it yet.
the rhythm was like perfect.
And then
Tony, holy fuck, Tony.
amazing. Like
Holy
they just
fuck.
they were just so fucking good. Like if you haven't seen it yet, it is worth it to watch them.
Yeah.
Like they just were just masterful. It was great.
And then Bledsoe was good.
So here's the thing.
He surprised me.
What makes or breaks a roast is not the comedians.
The non-comedians?
If the non-comedians deliver, it's a good roast.
Oh, dude. Non-comedian. Edelman.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
So here's the thing. They took it serious. Edelman was working it out at the Comedy Store.
Really?
Drew Bledsoe hit me up afterwards. He's like, dude, we were watching a lot of your stuff and some other guys. Like they were actually studying
Like game film.
Yeah, they don't know how to get out of
Crazy.
Awesome.
But I think that's what happens when you get athletes. They're like, oh, the way to be good at something is to repeat it over and over again and watch people that are good at
Practice and prepare, and it can be good.
And after watching Gronk, I believe he never watched game film. Let me tell you. I believe that about him.
His joke where he's like, oh, Gronk, touchdown. Oh, Gronk, why don't you hit a touchdown?
That was personal. That was Dot and Lamar. I mean, Dot and Drake. Yeah. Fuck y'all.
So when he went off script, I wrote that one. I just came up
Can I tell you something? That's in the prompter. No. Yeah. Like I'm reading the prompter, and the prompter is written in retard, right? It's like at one point that one was creative. See, I'm creative.
No way.
Yo, the one thing that he did, or a few things he ad-libbed. One is when he's like, Kevin, I'll make you suck my dick. And all of us were like, okay, he's gone. He's fucking gone. He got excited by the crowd and he's out of here.
Oh, dude. Oh, it's probably great sitting next to Bert there. I don't remember who's on the other side. Was Nikki on the other side?
Sam.
Sam J. Yeah. So you had homies on both sides.
Sam was great.
3 hours. Sam did fucking great, dude. I was impressed.
Too. It's fun when it was definitely fun when Ben Affleck was on and we were like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck are you doing, dude?
Dude.
J-Lo broke this man.
Yeah,
yo.
son.
So what the fuck is wrong with Ben Affleck?
He comes up and everybody's stoked, right?
So hype.
And because we all love Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck's the man.
Yeah.
And then he started talking. He was defending Tom from internet trolls, and like a few minutes in, I'm like, oh, he ain't even talking about Tom.
No, he's not. He's not.
He's talking about Ben Affleck.
Yeah. He's talking about Batman versus Superman. And then, it was personal.
Yeah, once you saw it, you're like, is this whole thing a proxy for him to just yell at people online?
I don't even know if he realizes it, but yes.
That's the other thing. He might not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Kim Kardashian was
She's a pro. I'll be honest.
son.
She's a pro.
No, she is a pro.
Underrated line.
Video proof.
Yeah.
No, what I would say about Kim is that she's striking. She's like perfectly symmetrical. Like you look at her and you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
But I've never seen somebody be so disassociated in my life. She if somebody told me, hey, it's not really Kim Kardashian. She has this like robot where she can essentially control like what it says, but it's not like there's no human aspect to it. I'd be like, oh, I get it now.
She's a Manchurian candidate.
Bro, she sat with perfect posture for 3 hours straight, right? Smiled, laughed. Like I've never seen anything like that in life. I just completely detached.
So she grew up with a camera on her 24/7 for the
she's
past
so
like 15
comfortable,
years.
like-
Yeah. But some people do that and like they go crazy and they're a child star. They're fucking.
Dissociation
she's
is like a
the
form of
opposite,
dealing
yeah,
with
where she's
whatever
like just
trauma.
too perfect.
I mean, OJ was in her fucking room before the Bronco chase, like ready to kill himself.
Yeah.
Like that's probably to give her some sympathy. That's probably pretty.
Kim had to look at OJ and be like, "Hey, OJ, I can't do this."
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure she's nice and all the other things. The only thing, it just looked completely unaffected.
Yeah.
And even when she was up there, they were kind of booing her. Like, it didn't make her smile. It didn't make her sad. It was nothing.
Yeah.
There was one guy in the crowd. This is kind of really funny. Like, because the crowd was like basically a Buffalo Bills like tailgate. Like, like the beginning was like the Hollywood people, and then the stands were like football fans.
Kind of nice.
Oh, okay.
Thank God LA could do that.
I think people flew in. Or they're like Boston ties. And shit like that.
Right.
Kim's up. She's doing her set. She's like almost at the end of the set. And then this guy just in the stands out of nowhere just goes, bitch. I was talking to
It was Gronk's uncle.
I was talking to McKeever and Shane, and McKeever was like, it was as if he'd been holding it in for a whole minute, and he just couldn't hold it anymore. Like his fists were balled. Bitch! just seeing Kim Kardashian on stage for 3 minutes was too much.
So I was
That's awesome.
I was a Kanye fan.
Nah, it was cool.
But what a crazy thing. Like, how often does Kim talk in front of like thousands and thousands of just like regular human beings?
No, as well.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, her whole life is so like protected and like,
Maybe that's why she
manicured.
dissociated. It was like overwhelming.
It might be like like you said, like a coping mechanism for it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else I saw. Oh, the fire thing was when Tom checked Jeff Ross.
Bro.
I think that was 100% real.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? 100%.
Like, so Jeff, so
I think it got cut from the broadcast.
I'll tell y'all something. Because the reason why I think it's real is because they told us no jokes about happy endings with Bob Kraft. Because I had a Bob Kraft tag.
Oh.
I had that joke about Randy Moss. I was like, Randy Moss, you made sure on Super Bowl Sunday is the only people celebrating a happy ending with a priest.
Oh yeah.
And then the tag was, and of course, Bob Kraft.
Yeah.
And they were like, Tom asked us not to do anything with the massage shit. I was like, all right, cool. Like, the guy's coming here for this thing. Like, whatever. He's not getting roasted. He's sitting in the fucking stands. Like, all right. And then Jeff did it. And then Tom walks up and he goes, yo, cut that shit out. Or don't do that again.
Yeah, don't
do
say that shit again.
Yeah.
But think about it. Like, this is the first comic that goes on, a live roast, and it's your night.
Yeah.
He was ready to shut the whole thing down. That's an alpha ass move right there.
Yeah.
Like for this guy who basically let him go.
Yeah.
Bob Kraft didn't re-sign him,
Yeah.
and he still feels that kind of
And
loyalty.
Brady would sign team-friendly deals, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
So it's not like Kraft overpaid him. Like when they paid Kobe $25 million his last year or whatever, and he was kind of washed, was like, thank you.
Yeah,
Brady got let go. He got the opposite. He was like, all right, good luck.
yeah.
And still had that kind of loyalty. It's crazy.
I thought it was a alpha. Most people would get caught up in that moment and go, I don't want to ruin. And he's like, this shit don't matter.
Yeah.
What matters is I said to that guy that those jokes weren't going to be made,
Yeah.
and he agreed to come, and then you broke the rule.
Yeah.
I think it was that, and then Brady's kids, and it was just like, who's gonna fuck?
Yeah.
Brady's talk about somebody's fucking kids.
Brady's psycho.
Yeah.
He's a psycho. He's the greatest ever.
But he's also like breathtaking.
Oh, yeah.
It was like hard to look at him. Like
Psychopath.
I would like roast him, and I'd find myself going. I have to like look back at the camera. It's too much.
Oh man.
I also wonder if he does that early. If he's like, okay, the first thing that crosses the line, I'm gonna get up there and make like a little moment. Just to let everyone else know, like,
set
yo,
a tone.
don't
Like when you
fucking-
fire a guy the first day on set, who is it?
Yeah, like-
Orson Welles would do that.
Yeah.
He'd hire a guy just to fire him
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
day. Yeah.
That's great.
Apparently that's what
They like set a tone and let everyone know, like, yo, don't fuck around. So he's like, the first thing that crosses my line, I'm gonna stand up and stop it. And that way everyone else knows, like, yo, don't talk about the kids, don't talk about Bobby Kraft.
I wonder if then maybe him and Jeff had that worked out then.
No, I don't think so. I think he just was like, the first thing that crossed my line. If they talk about these two or whatever number of things in his head,
That would make a lot of
I'm
sense.
nipping it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I was wondering why no one made the kissing his kid joke. 'Cause
Yeah.
That would have been.
I mean, it would have gone, but at the same time, it's like the way I look at these things is Giselle's a public figure
Yeah.
outside of him.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could talk about that.
Yeah.
If it's not someone who's public and it's like family or like children,
Yeah.
then I'm like, I don't want to fuck it.
Yeah. Giselle's a supermodel. She's used to scrutiny. And that was kind of our line of thinking with the Will and Jada thing. It's like Jada's a celebrity who's been a celebrity for
She's
20
asking
years.
for attention. She has
gets-
this
yeah.
show out. Like she talks about her business, so
Yeah.
she wants that spoken about as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Any other reactions
I
you
want
guys saw? Like what?
fucking talk about MSG, dude.
Oh, I have a
Oh,
question.
yeah.
though. I have
Sick
a
of
question.
Yes, yes.
What was the best joke you thought against you?
Oh, that's good.
There weren't a ton, I'll be honest.
Yo, I think to be honest, I think what everybody thought was, oh, everybody's gonna make fun of his haircut.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do what everybody
funny,
does.
funny.
So to give you guys some like behind the scenes shit, it's like everybody's making fun of the same people, so the jokes kind of get used up quick. Yeah. Right. And so you got to kind of like worry, like, uh-oh, can I do this?
Yeah.
Is this going to happen?
And the later and later you go on the roast, the more and more jokes and topics get crossed off. Even if it's not the same joke, if it's about the same thing,
Yeah.
it gets a little diluted.
Yeah. So like there was jokes that like, so we were working with one of the producers there, right, who was helping us, and basically he wouldn't tell us. He'd be like, hey, listen, this thing is probably, I showed him my jokes, and he's like, this thing's probably going to be kind of touched on, so maybe you want to cut it or veer
Oh, that's
away.
awesome they do that.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael Lawrence.
Oh,
Who's
yeah,
a
yeah.
genius writer,
Yeah.
and he wrote for a lot of the the athletes and stuff like that. And he was like, okay, this one is like, we had a good one. It was like, I said something about Giselle, and I was like, Tom. I go, Tom, a wife leaving is never something to joke about, but let's take a stab at it. That was the last text Tom got from OJ. Right? And it was just, and like, but the OJ stuff had been done a little bit.
Yeah.
So especially going later in the show, you're like, okay, how can I have a unique angle?
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so these producers are organizing all that. It's quite impressive, actually. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to make sure how many different people on that fucking roast, 15 different people who are all talking about the same topics.
Roast was phenomenal.
It was
For
really
a live
fantastic.
event,
Live was
3 hours.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Flubbing a word is like, fuck. The whole joke is done.
Yeah. I thought it,
That shit was phenomenal.
When was the last great
I was
roast? It was
blown
like
away.
Comedy Central days back in the day.
We loved the Charlie Sheen one because of Patrice.
Oh yeah.
That was 12, 13 years ago.
Bieber one was good. Yeah, like the Trump one. Like there was a run of really great ones that Comedy Central did.
Yeah, there's it was really fucking good.
I feel like Kev tried to come at you at the end, and he ain't really have nothing, bro. He ain't really have nothing, son. I'm not saying you bombed, but I mean, he ain't really have nothing.
It is funny because you can see the prompters too.
Yeah.
So you could see the jokes that.
Oh, you see?
Yeah,
what
He had those written.
So me and Sam fucked up somebody's joke because I saw a punchline, and me and Sam started going, "Oh, that shit's good," and he hadn't even said it yet.
yeah.
I forget who it was, but Sam and I were laughing
is
at
the
this
best,
shit because we reading ahead.
Yeah,
assholes.
bro. There's a part that's so funny. Tony's doing a joke, and you just see Bert behind him mouthing the words to the joke as he's saying it. I was dying laughing.
Son,
I was like, oh, I forget there's a
that was
prompter.
Gronk the entire time.
No, he was
he's
mouthing.
reading in his head, but mouthing the words.
That's awesome. I would do the same thing 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
I just like to be ahead. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it was it was really good, and I think that like kind of way I've analyzed it is like I think a year ago, maybe even more, like the idea of what is it, cancel culture, woke culture is affecting comedy, like that's done. Like if you're still talking about that now, you're just fucking riffing on it.
Yeah.
But this
Maybe not with everybody. So, like 10 minutes in, I'm watching with my shorty. She's really enjoying it, and then she's like, "They're being kind of mean." and then she's
not
like,
even making a joke.
I really feel bad for Gronk." She felt so bad for him.
But I'm not even making a joke. Culturally, she doesn't know what a roast is.
Yeah, I know.
If you know what a roast is, if you have any idea in comedy what a roast is, you get it.
Yeah.
This is all bets are off. My wife probably would have said the same thing if she'd watched that early. She'd been like, "Oh, but she's enough." You know what I mean? She gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know how like
She was ready to check out. She was
this
like,
is-
"This is too much."
Yeah, it's too much for it. This is like it's weirdly might have happened in the same venue, but you know how like when Magic Johnson said he had AIDS, everybody was like, "Oh, this shit real."
Yeah.
And I think it happened. It was announced at the Forum.
Okay.
I think this will be like the defining point in our generation where people go, "Oh, the woke shit's dead," and it's already been dead.
Tony said the F-bomb live on Netflix.
Yeah. But it's like
No tweets.
Yeah.
the point I'm trying to make is like it's already been dead.
Yeah.
But this was a moment where you had people that had everything to lose,
Yeah.
i.e. a Tom Brady, a guy who could be worth $1 billion. He has these like, mainstream connections. He's going to be on Fox hosting the show. Like, and he's making gay jokes and people are making gay jokes about him, racist, homophobic jokes, but nobody really seemed to go, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
And to me, that's like the pendulum swinging. And this is like the cultural point. It already has happened. We've noticed it. It's like you roll your eyes when anybody says woke anymore.
Yeah.
But this is like, I think the moment America realizes.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens after this. I'm very curious.
Oh, maybe that's why there was no good roast for 7-8 years. Whether they could have been, whether it would have gone well or not, I bet suits were like, we can't
risk
we
it.
can't take this
You're
risk.
100% right. That from the people I spoke to. They're like,
interesting.
yeah, everybody's afraid to do it because the jokes that are funny, they don't want to say.
And it's not the comics that are afraid. It's the celebrities.
And the execs were like, "Oh, I don't know, this could get us in trouble.
Wow,
we
that's
could
a good
lose
point.
sponsors."
Yeah.
Yo,
That's a
Tom
great point.
admitting to a deflate gate. I was oh shit. Some might put a little asterisk on this little record, bro.
Give me 20 million, I would have admitted it. I mean, now his set was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Kanye Kim joke is great.
Great.
I wish I knew Kim was there. I had no clue.
Yeah.
When I did the rehearsal, I saw a chair that said Kim Kardashian. And I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I wonder if the production was saving that for Tom to make that joke.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because poor Tom got to go up at the end.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
Yeah.
what does he have left?
Yeah.
You know?
It was sick.
Champion.
Just cool
dude.
all around.
Absolute
And
champion.
then you talked to Tom?
Yeah, I got to talk to Tom a little bit.
How long was the conversation? Tell me everything he said.
What did he smell like?
How does his mouth look?
like? What did his hands feel like?
Just a nice dude, like, you know, I just asked him, one, how he prepared. And I was
Yeah.
like, were you like working it out? And he's like, I would do it in front of the guys.
Yeah.
So I imagine the guys are like, you know, maybe the players are like his team.
Yeah.
But he looked like he had done the jokes before.
Yeah.
You know? And but yeah, that was about it. Nothing crazy with Tom.
Yeah.
Drew Bledsoe's a fucking G.
Yeah, he seems awesome.
Like fun.
yeah.
Like him and his brothers are fun. They hit the Comedy Store afterwards.
Really?
Oh, really? They were there?
Yeah, they're just judging roast battle or something like that. Like
Awesome.
They would just he texts me, he just goes, Comedy Store, pull up. What the fuck is this?
As if you've never heard of that.
That's the address. Bro.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were good. I mean, just getting to meet these guys, Charles Woodson, like just getting to meet these guys.
Yeah,
It's like,
sick.
you also, you know, meet some of these football players that you've seen in
Yeah.
pads, and they're tall, but like a Charles Woodson, like the guys that he would have to tackle.
Yeah.
And then you see him and you're like, he's not the most physically imposing.
Also, post career, these guys deflate like crazy.
Well, no, I did a
Gronk is much skinnier.
But corner safeties, dude, I did a podcast with old Cowboy legend Darren Woodson. He was a safety.
Yep.
And he would lay the wood on people. He was a crazy, crazy physical player. And then you see him and you're like, oh, he's a little bigger than, maybe about Alex's size. Maybe a little taller, because you know most people are. But, you know.
Don't you have more respect for him?
Yeah. Dude, absolutely. This guy's barely taller than Alex.
We did the roast of Alex already.
You wanted to be meaner.
Anyway, so that was really, it was really cool. It was really cool to be a part of.
So that's awesome.
And like, yeah, and it felt like an event in terms of social media.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Remember Twitter back in the day when like something would happen and everybody was kind of talking about the same thing?
Yeah.
It had that
Or the benefit of live.
live, yeah.
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 Everyone experienced something all at the same time.
And they're all talking about it, tweeting about
Yeah.
it. Like, dude, it's funny. So before the show, Rogan texted me. He's like, "Yo, can I give Dana White your number?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And Dana hits me up. He's like, "Hey, man, can I just run this by you, because I just need you to know what you think." And he runs a couple jokes by me, and they're funny. Like the thing about Tom, like, you know, you've been in Boston, so I used to think you were from there. Then I saw you run. I was like, no, he's definitely from San Francisco.
That's really good.
Few jokes, but the one about the trans, my name is
Yeah.
Dana.
Yeah.
That's not trans enough for you liberal fucks. He says it to me, and I'm like, I don't know if that's going to go over.
Yeah.
I call him back. I go, bro, I don't know if that one's going to really hit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be the one. And he goes, like, what do you think? And I'm like, I just don't know if it's going to get the big laughs. And then he goes, oh, I don't care about that. I just want them to know I don't give a fuck.
Like, well, awesome. That gets perfect.
I go, oh, it's going to accomplish that.
And his was actually good. I
He
thought
killed
I thought
it.
his
Yeah,
was solid.
he did great.
Afterwards, he comes up to me and goes, I'm never doing that again. But I thought he fucking rocked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was doubting himself because a couple times he's like, "Oh no, y'all don't like that or whatever."
No,
And
he delivered.
That was solid.
Yeah, it was a great dude. Again, the non-athletes delivered.
They
Like you're like, oh
fucking-
fuck that. Or the non-comedians delivered, and like, dude,
Edelman rocked.
I was blown away
Yeah.
for a wide receiver, a football player to make. Whoever wrote those jokes, and for him to be like, let's go, and
Yeah.
whatever input he had on them, fucking crushed it.
Yeah.
Crushed it.
Nah, he murdered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
so yeah,